What's up, family? Man, I bless each and every one of you. May God bless you. May God keep you and comfort you and guide you and aid you through your growth and development as well as the healing stages of your life. Family, man, we have to grow up. We have to grow up. Years ago, I worked in a prison system in California, and I was giving a lecture, like 81, 82 inmates, and just talking about some real life heart to heart shit, kind of like what I do here. You know what I mean? We're just going in, just talking about some real deep shit. I noticed one inmate just standing off and just giving me this nasty look. You know what I mean? Just like he was mean mugging me, but it was deeper than that. Stay with me. And so I looked at him, I noticed it, and I just kept going. You know what I mean? And after the lecture, went into the office, called the inmate in. I was like, "What's up? What's going on with you, man?" And this is a white guy. It's like, "You good? What's going on?" So I noticed the looks that I was getting from you. You know what I mean? You kept looking at me, and the look that you gave me was like you wanted to do something to me. Are you okay? You know what I mean? I'm checking in with him. I don't know what's going on. Stay with me. I promise you, I'm going somewhere. And there's a few other staff members in the office. And this guy looked at me and started crying. Grown ass man, stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And I'm like, oh shit. You know, it's going through my head, like, oh shit. You know what I mean? What the fuck? You know what I mean? And so I get my supervisor's attention at the time, and I'm like, hey, David, you know, come here for a second. And so this guy's sitting there, he's like crying and stuff, and tell him to have a seat. What's going on with you, man? I wasn't ready for what happened. I wasn't ready for what happened. Okay? And so the inmate's just bawling. And so David's like, man, are you okay? You know what's going on? And the inmate looks at me and says, it's not you, but you remind me of the guys that raped me when I first came to prison years ago. And I'm like, oh shit, here we fucking go. You know what I mean? I'm on one now, right? I'm like, man, I'm pissed now. You know what I mean? Stay with me. And so he's like, I know it's not you. I know it's not you. I know you didn't do it. I know you wasn't there. But you look like the guy that did it to me. You look like one of the guys that did it, and you remind, because you're bald-headed like him, and you're muscular like him, and you're the same complexion, and da-da-da-da-da. He started going down the whole list of all the ways I reminded him of somebody that violated him early in his life. I wasn't prepared for this. And that fucked me up. Because in my mind, I'm thinking, this motherfucker's racist and woo-doo-doo. The first thing came to my mind was, the fuck wrong with him? Racist ass motherfucker. You know what I mean? I'm already got all these things that I'm putting off on this dude. I already have all these thoughts and images I have of what's going on with this guy. And he tells me that I remind him of some people that hurt him. And that fucked me up. And it showed me that you don't have to do anything to anybody for people not to like you. You don't have to do anything to anybody for people not to want to fuck with you. You don't have to do anything to somebody for them to not be able to stand the fucking your presence. You know what I mean? I never did anything to this dude. But this guy couldn't be around me. I've never seen this guy before. And just my presence fucked his emotional state up. Just my presence. Hurt him. My presence fucked him up. Years later, I'm in this group, and tarot card readers and charms and all this other stuff. And I'm helping people all over the world, and just doing readings for them. And the lady reached out to me. She wasn't even from California. She was somewhere else. I want to say Indiana or somewhere like that. And she told me that she didn't like me. And she couldn't stand me, and she didn't want me to be part of this group because I reminded her of the 3 black men that raped her. And so now I'm stuck. I'm stuck now. And I'm like, oh God. And I knew that this lady had some issue with me, but I didn't understand what it was because we didn't know each other. I know she was kind of harsh and kind of, reluctant to conversate with me in the group chats and just different things. And she was kind of like, when I would come in and start talking. But I didn't know what I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what I did to her. I didn't know what I said to her to make her feel this way towards me. And she shared it with some of the women in the group. And they told her, man, you got to reach out to him. No, that's not him. And he's nothing like that. And da-da-da-da. And that's your triggers. And that's your stuff. And you're projecting that on him. And da-da-da-da-da. And, this is why he's here, to help you heal this and help you to resolve this so you can move beyond this. And da-da-da-da. And so they're telling her all this in a group chat. And I don't even know that this conversation has been taking place. Stay with me. I'm going somewhere. I promise you that. And so you got these people that this one lady is trying to get all these other women not to like me, not to fuck with me, not to have me part of this group. Because of her own unresolved issues. So you got all these conversations and you got people there that's defending me that I don't even know they're defending me. I got people there that I've never even met. I've never even spoken to other than through this chat. That are defending my character. And you got the group that has bought into her bullshit. And when I say it's her bullshit, it's her pain and her suffering, her trauma. And so, after a while, she finally reached out to me. And I was glad that she reached out. She asked me because she had my number because she wanted to call and talk to me. And I'm like, okay, cool. Let me get some shit off my chest. You know what I mean? Let's see what the fuck is going on with this lady. You know what I mean? I don't even know this lady and she be fucking wilding out sometimes. You know what I mean? I have some shit I need to say to her. She said what she had to say. And it fucked me up. I thanked her for having the courage to tell me that. I told her that I knew that there was something between us. I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what was going on. I couldn't put my finger on whatever the issue was. And I couldn't understand what the issue was. I had no clue what the issue was. I know that I never did anything to violate her or to disrespect her or anything of that nature. And so I had no idea why she hated me so much. Why she was always against me. Until she opened her mouth and said something. And why am I talking to you guys about this? Because sometimes there are going to be some people that don't like you, that don't fuck with you, that can't stand you, not because of anything you've done. Simply because you remind them of somebody that's hurt them. Simply because you remind them of somebody that fucked them over. It ain't got shit to do with you. It's their unresolved issues. but it's going to come across as though it's you. And you got to be wise enough to understand this. After you've done the work of man, God, what the fuck, what have I done? What did I do to this person? And to be honest with yourself, and go back in and reflect and go back down memory lane. Man, all the interactions I've had, did I not do that? Did I do that? What did I say? What didn't I say? And man, God, I don't understand. And after you processed all of that, because you got to look at you first. You got to make sure it's not something that you did. You got to make sure it's something that it wasn't something that you said. And then after you've done the inner reflection, and you've come to realize, okay, man, God, no, this ain't about me. This ain't got nothing to do with me. And they tell you what happened. You have to be big enough. And even if they don't ever tell you what happened, after you've done the inner reflection, the honest reflection, you really looked at the man and the woman in the mirror. And you went back down memory lane. It's like, nah. It ain't me. It ain't me. It wasn't me. And once you've done that, you got to be able to say, okay, it is what it is. I don't know what's going on with you. I know I've never done anything. I know I've never said anything to offend you or to disrespect you or to lie on you or do anything of that nature. So whatever issues we got between us ain't something that I'm putting out there. Whatever we got between us is coming from your end. Because a lot of times, it ain't got shit to do with you. It's their own shit that they got to deal with. There's going to be people that don't like you. There's going to be people that don't fuck with you. There's going to be people that's going to try to sabotage you. There's going to be people that try to destroy everything about you. Not because you've done anything to them. Because you made them look like shit. And what I mean by that, one of the things that I had to come to grips with, I moved to New York. I knew one person when I moved to New York. One person. I'm not related to anybody here. I didn't go to school with anybody here. I'm not connected with anybody here. I knew one person. One. And when I look at my life now, that person's no longer in my life. But when I look at my life now and where I'm at, I've accomplished so much more than this person. Stay with me, I'm going somewhere. And this person has been here their whole fucking life. They got family here. They got friends here. They went to school here. They're connected here. And here you come, an outsider. Not connected, not related, not affiliated with anyone. And you just start working. And in a matter of a year, in a matter of 2 years, you've accomplished far more in your life. You have so much more to show for your life than what they have. and they've been here their whole fucking life. This is that real shit that we don't like talking about. See, jealousy's a motherfucker. You have no fucking idea why somebody don't like you. You have no idea why somebody's trying to tear you down. You have no idea why somebody's trying to fucking destroy you. And it is what it is. It is what it is. Once you've done the work of like, man, okay, I know it ain't me, then you gotta let that shit go. It ain't none of my fucking business why they don't fucking like me. It ain't none of my fucking business why they're trying to destroy me or sabotage me or whatever the case it may be. Why they're lying and doing what. That's none of my motherfucking business. That's they shit. It ain't none of your business why they don't like you. And some people can be mad at you and jealous of you just because they know your fucking story. They know the hell that you've gone through. And they still see that peace that just covers you. They know the hell and the struggles you've gone through. And they still see you smiling. They still see you getting up and doing what you gotta do. They still see you being a beacon of hope, a beacon of love, a beacon of light. They still see you just giving it to others when you ain't even got. They still see you trying to help others. And they don't understand, how can you be like this? What the fuck is wrong with you to make you like this? Because they know ain't no way in hell that they could do what you do. They ain't been through what you've been through. And they still can't do what you do. They still don't have the joy and the peace and the happiness you have. They still don't have the favor of God on their life. They see how everything is always working out for you. And that pisses them the fuck off. No matter what they do, they see that, damn, nothing can keep you down. You go through bullshit after bullshit after bullshit. You got motherfuckers lying and deceiving and trying to destroy you and come against you. And you've gone through this and that and homelessness and abandonment and rejection. And you've gone through all this shit. And you still walk around ain't shit wrong. You know what I mean? You still walk around like, man, you not fazed by none of that shit. You still walk around like, man, you the happiest man in the world. You still walk around like, man, you God's favorite. You know what I mean? You ain't got shit going on at home. But just your presence, your aura. And that's not anything you could fake. You can't fake your energy. You can't fake your aura. And everybody knows it. They know the hell you going through. And they don't understand. Why are you still fucking standing? Why are you still fucking here? You're not just fucking here. You're still succeeding in the midst of your fucking hell. In the midst of your fucking chaos, you're still smiling. In the midst of your fucking turmoil and trauma and bullshit that you're going through, you still have fucking peace that they can't fuck with. And that's eating them up. That's fucking them up. And the more more they lie and the more they hook up with other people to try to bring other people into their negative fucking energy, the more they conspire with others to come against you, to speak against you, the brighter your light shines, the greater your come up is, the more you succeed, the more the windows of heaven God opens up for you, the more doors God opens for you. And they can't understand it because they're convinced that they got God. They're convinced that they got Jesus. And here it is, you're cussing and you're wearing crystals and you're tatted up and you're doing all this shit that they deem to be fucking wrong. And yet it's God who's blessing you and not them. And yet God's protecting you and not them. And yet God's opening up doors for you and not them. And so to them, it has to be, man, you're satanic and you're doing some evil shit and you're doing some undercover shit, you're doing some criminal shit. You gotta be doing something. There's no way you can be surviving in New York and thriving in New York and you don't know nobody. You're not connected to nobody. And I know you ain't got it like that. And where the fuck are you getting it like that? And whoop-de-whoop, they got all this shit that they say and think. Because it can't be the favor of God. It can't be the anointing of a God. Because they're convinced they're the chosen one. They're convinced that it's all them. They're the righteous one. They're the good one. And it is what it is. That's not my issue. Whatever they got going on in their head ain't none of my business. Whether they like me, whether they hate me, that's none of my business. My business is to do what I came here to do. My business is to make sure that I'm walking in a righteous manner. My business is to make sure that I'm connected to God's source, universe, the Most High. My business is making sure that when I interact with others, I do so in a righteous manner. I speak what God would have me to speak to them. I say and do what God would have me to do to them. Whether that's invest in their life, whether it's $5, $10, $100, $20, whatever God wants me to do, man, I'm going to do what I got to do. And what I got to do ain't about bowing down to you. It ain't about catering to you. It ain't about appeasing, pleasing you. I didn't come here to please and appease you. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I got 7 kids. They're all grown. The oldest is 34. The youngest is 20. And I tell them this, and I've told them this. I love my kids. I love them. But I don't give a fuck what they think about me. What they think about me is none of my fucking business. And you gotta catch this. You gotta understand this. And I know some of you going, wow, I don't know. Okay, that's your fucking issue. That's your shit. That ain't got shit to do with me. My kids have their own life to fucking live. My kids have their own journey to make. And it ain't got shit to do with me. They have their own experiences that they got to go through, that they got to grow through. They have their own things, soul contracts that they came here for. My job was just to be a vessel to help get them here. And to be a vessel to be able to guide them if they ask for it. But it's not my job to try to dictate what they do in life. It's not my job to try to control them now that they're fucking grown. We gotta grow the fuck up. We gotta grow the fuck up. Every single one of us. All 8 billion of us came here for our own unique fucking experiences. For our own unique lessons and things that we wanted to experience and learn and heal and grow through. This is one of the reasons I can't stand religion. Because we've made religion a fucking box. And we try to put everybody in that fucking box. To make everybody the fucking same. And it is what it is. We gotta grow the fuck up. What they think about you shouldn't be none of your concern. At all. Live your life. Regardless of who like it and who don't like it. Live your life. Do what you came here to do. Learn what you came here to learn. Man. Stop allowing these people to dictate how you live your life. Stop allowing these people to dictate how you see your life. How you see the world. I was at a salt marsh yesterday in Brooklyn. And it was so beautiful, so majestic. And I would have never imagined that something like that could be found in Brooklyn. And that's not to put a knock on Brooklyn. In New York, there's so many beautiful parks and just natural places. In the midst of all these people, all these buildings, all of these toxic energies, there's still natural beauty. And there's still places that are like heaven on earth. The world doesn't need to be fixed. It's us. It's us. Us as humans. We need to learn how to grow the fuck up emotionally. So that we can experience and recognize and see all the beauty that's around us. In the midst of the chaos. In the midst of the bullshit. There's still so much beauty. The great majority of us, we don't have an eye for that beauty. Because we're so fucking toxic. And it is what it is. Hope and pray that I said something to encourage you, to inspire you, to even challenge your way of thinking. We have to grow a family. I love you guys. I cherish you. I honor you. I thank you for being part of this tribe. Namaste. Happy healing. Peace.